Hi, everybody. It's me, Carrie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan, here with a pre-recorded video for my Facebook page, facebook.com MemoryInkers. If you are watching me on YouTube, you're always watching a recorded video because I put my Facebook videos over onto YouTube. To watch me live every Tuesday at approximately 1 p.m. Eastern Time, come on over to my Facebook page. Again, that's facebook.com/MemoryInkers. MemoryInkers is also the .com of my Stampin' Up! Website, and it is my gmail.com email. The April 2024 hostess code is F as in Frank, E as in Edward, T as in Thomas, M as in Mark, J as in Jeffrey, U as in umbrella, R as in Robert, Y as in yellow. Okay, got the advertising out of the way, so let me just move that a little bit. All right, so I'm going to scoot up some. Today we are going to be playing with the hot air balloon stamp set and dies. And the, I think these are called Lighter Than Air Designer Series paper. At the time of this recording, this is still available. Go to my website, MemoryInkers.com, and you can look it up there. It is retiring, as are, I believe these are still available on my website also, Bright and Beautiful Memories and More cards. Now, these cards are 6 1/4 by 4 1/4, so they're bigger than the normal cards that we make out of regular cardstock. So these are the envelopes. They're just very pretty, but these are the 2 cards that come in the kit. I'm going to be using this one today, so I'm going to move these aside. I have pre-cut some things to show you, but I wanted you because when I pre-record, it's like it runs out faster. These are the awesome dies, and I have used some of these. So you're going to see the stamp set and the dies in use today. So I'm trying to put those where you can see them. All right, so here we go. So one of the things I am going to do is, from the designer series paper, I have cut this piece of DSP. It is in this pack. It is, sorry, I got to measure, 2 inches by 5 3/4. And then I have some basic white to mat it, which is 2 1/4. It's actually 2 1/8 by 5 3/8. Hold on, sorry. 5 3/7/8. 5 7/8. Oh my gosh, you guys, seriously. So it's a little bit harder when you're going down to these tiny ones. Sometimes what I will do is I will cut the designer series paper. I will put it, like, adhere it right to what I'm going to mat it with, in this case basic white, and then I'll get like the 2 sides even, and then I'll use my trimmer to do that, and then I don't have to do math. I just have to, do that part of it. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that part down right now. So I hope everybody is doing well. Here in Michigan, the weather has been strange. We had some really warm weather there for a while. Today, this morning, it was very rainy. They said a wintry mix. We didn't see too much of that in my area of Farmington Hills, but unless it happened while we were sleeping, which is quite possible. But I was up at 5:30 in the morning, and all I saw was a light rain. So there we go. Just centering that on there. And then on my card, you can tell that this side is basic white and the inside is basic white, and then here's the front. So I love card packs. When you can, like, get your card bases done, not that it's hard to make a card base. Come on, we all know that it isn't. We can do it in our sleep practically, right? We've all been doing it for so long. but it is kind of nice, especially if you want to make a little bit larger card like this one. Again, it is 6¼ by 4¼ so it's the same width, but it's longer. Okay, so I have that is part of my base. Now what I'm going to do is I have a piece of basic white here, and I'm going to create a sky-ish background. So I've got some balmy blue, which is one of the colors in this designer series paper. And I am going to just very lightly, notice how I stopped off the page or started off the page. So I'm just giving it a very light, always start lighter. You can always add more color as you see fit. And because this is a sky, I'm not trying to get it solid blue. If I wanted to do that, I could have just used some balmy blue cardstock, right? So I'm hoping that this is showing up. Let's see if you guys, well, let me add a little bit more because I don't think it's showing up as well as I would have liked. So hopefully this is showing up a little better for you. So there we go. So now we've got some blue sky, kind of a mottled blue. There is a little bit of light blue in here where it looks white. It probably is just hard for you to see that. So we have that. Then I'm going to adhere that to my card front. I'm not popping this part up. And like I said, I did use the dies, but I pre-cut everything so that this video didn't last like really super long. Because I know that sometimes I can get a little winded, and I want you guys to enjoy the videos. I don't want you to sit and spend your Saturday all day watching me. Okay, so hopefully that is straight-ish. All right, so I've got that. Now what I did was I wanted to use this balloon from the designer series paper. You can see it right here, but I didn't want it one color. So what I did was I pre-cut out this piece from down here, and I am going to adhere those two together to create this balloon. And just take your time. Yes, it was some fussy cutting, and I need to move it to get it even. This is why I love liquid glue. You have a little time, but then see, it's a little bit more fun of a balloon, right? It's just a little bit happier with a little color. Yes, I see it's a little crooked. I know, perfection is overrated. Don't forget that. And then for the basket, I actually cut the basket out of a scrap of the paper. I think it was on the back of this one, but can you see how it has that? Oh, you know what? Actually, it was from right here. The bottom of this, I cut out the balloon, and then I just used a fresh freesia marker to do the lines for the actual basket. So now this is also going to be flat. So I am going to go ahead and adhere this. I want it up here and slightly off, like so. And then put a little adhesive on the back of this and slide it into place. So now I have a fun little basket on the bottom of that. There is a stamp. Oops, maybe I will. Maybe if it'll stay where I want it to. My fingers always get really sticky, you guys, and that can be an issue. Okay, it is where it's going to be. That's how it goes. So now I have that balloon on there. So I wanted to do another balloon, and this time I used Balmy Blue on, so I used Balmy Blue ink on Balmy Blue. And yes, I see that right there. That's where I pressed too hard. Here's the stamp. I pressed too hard on this part right here, and I got a little line, but it's okay because I'm going to cover it. But here's something interesting. I was planning to make this white like that, okay? And I had a leftover piece where I did this balloon. I didn't really like it, so I had flipped it over to cut it out. And what happened was I turned it over, and look at that. It was just the way I angled it onto this piece that was already pre-cut, and I just really like it. So I am going to just put a little bit of adhesive on here, just on some dots. I really should have my silicone mat under here. I really should, but I don't. And so basically this is actually the wrong side. I mean, if you looked at it carefully, you would see that, you know, when you die cut, you get sort of an edge or a lip on the wrong side. So it is going to have that, but I don't think anybody's going to really notice it. Crafters notice those things, but generally the people that we are sending our crafts to don't notice it. So I'm going to move that so I don't mess up my card just in case. And I am going to set this on here like so. So that now makes this balloon just a little bit more interesting, right, than it might have been. Then I have pre-cut out the basket from the die. Now this die actually cuts a hole here. So let me tell you how I did this. Let me move that out of the way. Here is the basket right here. This is what I cut out of crumb cake to get the brown piece. But for the blue part of the basket that I wanted to match, I took some Balmy Blue, and I didn't want to use this piece of it again because it's going to punch those little holes. See how it has little holes in it right there? So instead of using that piece, I used this one right here. And then I just cut off those little feeties and I glued it to the back of the basket. Now what I'm going to do is, again, move my card out of the way. I'm going to just put adhesive right here on the back of this. I don't know what it would be called. It's the ropey part. I'm sure there is a technical name, but as I have never done any hot air ballooning, I do not know. So now this is where you have to be careful because your brain wants to move it up, but you need it to be on the outsides of the balloon. So it looks like that. I'm hoping you guys can see that. Let me do that. So let me look in my camera here. So see, and now I've got that mottled look about it. That was just a happy accident. You may not like it. You may have thought the white would be better, and that's fine. But I wanted to do this for fun. Then there are also some dies for some little clouds. And now because I have made this blue, the clouds are going to look a little bit better, right? So I've got the clouds, and I have pre-inked Hooray, It's Your Day. But if you look at this stamp, it says up, up, and away, hooray, it's your day. I didn't want the up, up, and away. So what I did, and I think I left it on my other table. I did. I used a piece of sellotape, and I wanted to be sure I covered it really well. So I'm going to zoom in because I'm not going to be able to probably do this in my hand enough for you guys to see it. Okay, so It's this top line that I don't want. So I'm taking, this is a torn piece. So I'm taking the flat part and I'm pushing it down in between the two rows so that I'm sure I'm covering, and I'm still too far away from it. It works better when you've got it up in your face, but that doesn't work well on camera. But you see how I've covered that up. Now when I ink it up, then all I do is I pull this off, and the only thing that'll be inked is the hooray, it's your birthday. So that is how I did that. Then I cut it out with this awesome die, which I also cut out in Balmy Blue. And I'm going to take my snips and carefully edge this to get rid of the little tails. Perfection is overrated. Now, you could cut inside, see where there's stitch lines? Ooh, I'm really zoomed in. I could have cut inside the zoom. Look, my nails are growing out. That looks horrible. I'm so sorry. I have to go get them done, but in the meantime, I'm growing them out. And so my real nails underneath my things look terrible. So I'm so sorry. I talk about my nails a lot, don't I? I know, I'm weird. Anyway, so now I can mat this, but it isn't going to mat perfect. Did I zoom back out? I think I did. Yay. Okay. All right. But it's okay that it's doing that. So what I'm going to do is, because I did not want to color or cut in those stitch lines, I just wanted to cut off the little tails. So now this is going to go kind of offset so that I have a little bit of blue showing at the top. So there we go. That's the birthday. So this is basically how it's going to go. But of course, I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals for many of these pieces. So we're going to start with the big balloon. You see where I stamped it more than once. I know you guys do that. So I don't feel alone in that. I'm going to snip a few of these so that I have them. I know you guys do that too. So I'm putting one down here, one of these little, I don't think I was in camera when I snipped that, but you guys get it. I snipped these little portion ends, and I'm just going to put a couple here and here, and then pop them off. Yes, I left my Take Your Pick tool again on my craft desk. I have two of them. I think I've said that. I have two, but I have different tips on them. So now this is where I can play around and make sure I kind of know where things are going. So I'm going to put that right there. And I want my clouds also to be pop dotted or Stampin' Dimensional, depending on how long you've been crafting. You know, we used to call them pop dots, and now we call them Stampin' Dimensionals. And then this one, and let's see, I think I just need a tiny little bit over here. Probably don't need it at all, but you know, I might. So there we go. Come on, off, 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 off. It's always weird to me when I do a pre-recorded video because I'm so used to looking up, you know, in that direction and seeing your comments. And of course, because this is pre-recorded, I don't see your comments. All right, and then this is going to go up on dimensionals, of course, as well. So I know that I pre-did this card, but you can see that it's very simple. And it's just a fun birthday card. If you wanted to add some bling, you can, of course. You know, I love bling. But I thought this was just kind of a fun card. This is a fun card to send to your girlfriend or to a child. I think if I were doing it for a man, I would maybe use, I might maybe use this card. But the reason I didn't is because the blue is on the bottom, but you could trim it if you wanted to. You could trim it down and then put this on another piece. Okay, does that make sense? Or trim it. It's going to open the wrong way. So you're going to have to, you'd have to cut this piece off. But you could do that and then just put it on a regular card front. But anyway, there you go. Super fun. I'm so glad this is carrying over, this hot air balloon. I don't believe it's bundled anymore though. So if you like this, buy it while it's bundled. Let me see. With the, this is $20 and the dies are $30. But if you bundle them now, if you order them bundled, you get it for $40. So you're going to save 10% or $5. So if you have not gotten the hot air balloon, now is the time. And again, the Lighter Than Air Designer Series paper, as of this recording, is available online. So check my website, MemoryInkers.com. As is the Bright and Beautiful stamps and envelopes. So that is my video for today. I hope that you are all having an absolutely wonderful weekend. Again, I am Carrie from Farmington Hills, Michigan, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I am working diligently on Mega Meet. I'm so excited to see you guys next month. Also, I do still have room in my April 20th, Saturday, April 20th class. Please contact me if you are interested in attending here in Farmington Hills, Michigan. You'll make 4 different cards, 2 of each, so 8 cards for $30. Okay, see you. Bye.